our big pumpkin pie macarons with that pumpkin pie ganache. And then I'm going to show you how to decorate with watercolor paints on top of your big pumpkin pie macarons. Let's get baking.
For our pumpkin pie ganache, we're going to start with 8 ounces of white chocolate. We need this to be melted before we begin. We also have 4 ounces of heavy cream. We want to warm this so that we can combine it with the melted chocolate without it seizing. We also have 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spices. You can also make your own mix with any fall spices you have in your cabinet. And lastly, 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree. Now we are going to take our cream that we have slightly warmed and combine it with our melted white chocolate. Pour all of the cream at once over the melted white chocolate. You do not have to add it slowly. Then, whisk this together until everything combines. Make sure to scrape any white chocolate from around the edges of the bowl that are up high and not getting mixed in. Once this is combined, we can add all of our pumpkin puree at once and whisk again to combine. Lastly, we can now add our pumpkin pie spices. Once this is all completely incorporated, we can now put this in the refrigerator to let it completely cool and set and thicken so that we can pipe the filling inside our big pumpkin pie macarons. Now we will take our large macaron shells we made ahead of time that are about 3.5 inches in diameter. Make sure they are completely cool. Then we are going to take our cooled pumpkin pie ganache and stir it up to add a little air to thicken it. Then we'll take our pastry bag fitted with a decorative star tip and add our ganache to it. Next, we are going to fill a nice swirl of ganache into the bottom of our macaron shell. We want to make sure to add a generous amount of filling so they will taste delicious. Then, we are going to carefully and gently press the 2 macaron shells together. You can wiggle the shell slightly back and forth to make sure the ganache completely reaches the edges. Once they are all filled, we can now get ready to decorate. We are going to take 2 small ramekins, one with 2 drops of orange gel food color and the other with 2 drops of green gel food color. The food color is too thick to paint on its own, so we are just going to add 1/4 teaspoon of vodka to each ramekin to thin them out. Once we paint the shells, the vodka will evaporate. Take your first macaron shell, dip your brush into the orange color, and carefully paint the lines of the pumpkin. Feel free to take creative freedom here. There is no wrong answer. Dip your brush back into the orange color when you notice the brush getting dry. Paint the orange lines on all of your pumpkin macarons you have made. Next, dip your brush into your green color and swirl some lines to make the vines on your pumpkin macaron. A nice thin brush tip works well for this.
joining us today at Finesse Kitchen and learning how to make a pumpkin pie ganache, fill our big pumpkin pie macarons with that, and then paint using food color and a little bit of vodka as our watercolor to decorate the top of our macarons. Happy baking!